"This is Batman." The voice echoed through the dark chamber, carried by the gravel of a man who had fought shadows his whole life. He stood cloaked in black, his silhouette cutting through the faint light of a flickering bulb. Chains rattled in the silence, but they weren't his. They belonged to the victims scattered in the room, each strapped into a twisted contraption of steel, glass, and knives. From the shadows, a distorted voice replied, its mechanical rasp crawling through the walls. "I want to play a game. Jigsaw." The room stank of rust, blood, and fear. Batman had faced monsters before, but Jigsaw was different. He didn't fight with fists or guns. He fought with the mind, forcing people to tear themselves apart in the name of survival. Batman scanned the traps. One man had a serrated collar wired to explode. Another was chained to a chair with blades slowly descending. Jigsaw's cruelty had no limits. The detective in Batman's soul wanted to disarm every mechanism, but the warrior in him knew he had to cut straight to the source. "Your games end tonight," Batman growled, stepping forward. His boots cracked broken glass underfoot. Through the speakers, Jigsaw's laugh wheezed like a dying animal. "You of all people should appreciate my work, Batman. I test the guilty. I strip away the lies. I give them a choice. Isn't that what you do? Punish those who deserve it." The words hit with venom. Batman paused, just for a second. He knew Jigsaw's type, manipulators who tried to twist justice into horror. But Batman's mission wasn't about torture. It was about hope, however small. He ripped the panel from the wall, sparks flying. The voice shifted. Another room. Another trap. Jigsaw was moving him like a piece on a board. "Save them if you can," Jigsaw whispered, "but the clock is ticking." The ceiling groaned as hidden vents hissed out gas. Victims screamed. Without hesitation, Batman slammed a smoke pellet to the floor, filtering his breath through his cowl's rebreather. His mind raced. He hacked into the device, fingers moving with precision. Wires cut, pressure released. The first trap collapsed before detonation. One man lived, but Jigsaw had anticipated him. From the shadows, a figure lunged. Not Jigsaw himself, but one of his apprentices, masked and armed with jagged blades. Batman countered, his gauntlet smashing into the blade, twisting the arm, throwing the man into the wall. A single strike, swift, final. Then silence. The monitors lit up, showing Batman's face. Jigsaw's puppet stared with its dead eyes, lips curling. "You can save them all, Batman. But to catch me, you'll have to break your one rule." A child's voice cried from another monitor. The room shifted into chaos. Batman's heart pounded. The line between justice and vengeance blurred in the dark. But Batman wasn't a man who broke. He was the man who endured. He tore through walls, deactivating trap after trap, his mind working faster than the games themselves. Jigsaw thought he had created a maze of death, but Batman had lived in a maze his whole life. Fear, pain, guilt, these were his elements. Finally, he found the core room. Jigsaw's real body sat there, frail, rotting from cancer, but eyes burning with malice. Batman stood over him, fists clenched. "You call this justice?" Batman snarled. Jigsaw coughed, blood on his lips, but smiled. "This is truth." Batman leaned closer, voice like thunder. "No, this is weakness, and weakness ends tonight." With one strike, Batman smashed the control system. The monitors went dark, the traps powered down, silence flooding the halls. The victims sobbed in relief. Jigsaw collapsed, powerless without his machines. Batman didn't kill him. He didn't need to. Justice wasn't about blood. It was about breaking the shackles, fear, manipulation, cruelty, and proving that no one was beyond the strength of choice. As he walked the survivors into the night, Batman's voice whispered through the dark, "The game is over."